Hello neighbors, it's Brad here from eTrailer, and today we are in Oklahoma City at the National Association of Trailer Manufacturers Trailer Expo 2025, where we have quite a few of our vendors that we're going to take a look at some of their products and some of their offerings and get a nice close look at them. I'm with Jason from Redarc. We're going to be taking a quick look at some of their products and see what they got going on here. We have the TVMS Rogue. What is that?
The TVMS Rogue, the 1240. So what this is we're extremely well known on the charging side of everything, whether that's from the alternator or the solar or shore power. The TVS Rogue joins that collaboration of products into the suite of products that enables you now to do the distribution side of it. So we've listened to our neighbors, and what we've discovered is we used to have a version, a TVMS 1280 Red Vision, which was about that big, almost as big as that, and had fuses in it. It could do like 5 loads on and off at 30 amps, 5 loads on and off at 10 amps, monitor like 6 water tanks, 2 temperature zones, kind of big, didn't have any dimming feature for dimming lights or anything like that. And we listened to the customers, neighbors, and we said, they were like, we need dimming, especially if we're getting into the vans. We're getting into van life, lights have to dim. We don't need 6 water tanks. Nobody has 6 water tanks in them. The vans generally just have 2, because a lot of times they don't even have the bathroom in them. They have like a cartridge in there. So they'll do fresh water and they'll do gray water. So we were able to really shrink this unit down from something that was more this size, and apologies for not having that one on the table to show you, to something that has a much smaller footprint. So especially in van builds where space is critical, it's very tight in those van builds. And we learned that they weren't running a lot of 30 amp or large amperage items, and people didn't really like the idea of having fuses that they'd have to take in and out. So we went with the design now that still has the 10 loads available. So you can switch on and off 10 different items. You can dim different items on there as well. But we made it with circuit breakers in all 10 amps. So if they are going to run something that's larger, like let's say maybe there's a compressor or something, it's not a big deal to put a relay in where they can hook it up that way. So that's always available. The nice thing too is it has the ability for 8 different trigger points. And you say, what's a trigger point? Well, let's say I've got my phone app, which I don't have it turned on, but I think you guys have some of that stuff. So I have it on my phone, and I can turn lights on and off via my phone, or I can dim lights, do all that from the phone app, and also monitor what's going on with the water tanks or temperature, whatever I might have set up in there. Or I can come to the Red Vision screen, which unfortunately this one's not on, and I can do the same thing from here. I'd monitor what's going on with water tanks. I'd be able to turn things on and off. I'd be able to dim things, do master lockouts, or have things. So let's say I turn it on, and the minute I turn it on, I want lights in certain sectors to come on. It'll do that. Or I close a door, and I want all the power to go off to everything except the switch, or the refrigerator, sorry. You can have that programmed in there as well. So the trigger points then would allow me, if there's a barbecue in the back of the vehicle or something, and I go back there and I don't have my phone, and this is more towards the front of the vehicle, I can have a switch back there. So it's like a 3-way switch, because you're gonna have your mobile option, you're going to have your Red Vision screen option, and then you're also gonna have the ability to put a switch somewhere as well, which makes it very convenient. So you're not always carrying your phone when you're wandering around in your van or in your overland vehicle, and the display might be a little bit further away. So that's a very beneficial feature we found on that. So Brad, as I mentioned earlier, it does integrate right into our charging systems and other suites of products that we make, like our Alpha Series R on the BCDCs and our Manager Series on the Managers are another charging system that have the shore power, DC-DC power, and solar. It will tie right in with those via daisy chain. So it's very simple to hook up and to make a whole complex, very easily put together system that will give you all kinds of data on what's going on charging, how much battery is left, how long until I'm fully charged or until my battery's empty. All that readily available on the Red Vision screen when you start connecting and integrating our products together. The other thing is connections on these are very straightforward. They come complete with pre-made connectors that have the wires to make it very easy to hook up to. And that's pretty concise. You got some power wires here, which are ready to go to get power and ground. You have your load wires here, which are to get your 10 different loads hooked up. And then we have the things where you can go and hook up like trigger points, as I mentioned, to put up a three-way switch type of deal, or to put in water tank sensors or air temperature sensors. So very straightforward. So in closing, you know, this is really taken off well with the van life, the van builders and outfitters, because of the compact size and meeting the things that they wanted. The aspects of having like the dimming and the smaller footprint has been really nice for them. And also in the overland crowd, because especially with the space, because the other unit was a bit bulky. We still sell those other units often because of people wanting the higher fusing on it, the 30 amp fusing, but generally they'll just use a relay and go with this model. So that pretty much covers the Rogue. I definitely appreciate the neighbors checking this video out, and that's all available at etrailer.com.
Thank you, Jason. Huge fan of Redarc products, and the whole system is great. You see a lot of newer RVs that are going to one smart hub that's connected, and when people deck out their van life or their overland builds, it's essentially, well, it's a recreational vehicle that can do all the off-roading, and you guys have that solution for them to build that out and get, I mean, control of everything, monitoring everything, and peace of mind when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
That's it. We don't want you to have to think about power or what you're doing. We want you to enjoy your time out in the wilderness, and that's secondary. It's just going on and doing its job.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks again. Appreciate it, Brad.